What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Hannon Adventures. This is the Carolina Man podcast here from Shelby, North Carolina. On this podcast, I'm going to be talking about the paranormal. That is right, the paranormal. I absolutely love the paranormal, haunted stuff. I actually got it on Ghost Adventures right now in the background with the volume off while I do my podcast. I love haunted stuff. I absolutely love it. And here in North Carolina, we have our own very, very haunted places. All right. The first place that is very haunted, they call it the Demon Dog. This is in Vale Cruces, North Carolina. It is Watauga. In Watauga. It's a little town in Watauga. It's something the story goes, people go up and a demonic dog jumps out of a headstone and chases cars. They say people when they go through there, that keeps the traffic going. Ain't nobody stopping there. I promise you that. But that is so fascinating, and I haven't never been there, but I need to go up there and get a vlog. That's a pretty good drive for me. Most of these places are, but that would be really cool to be able to get on a vlog of a demonic dog chasing a car. That would be sweet. But EVPs, I love doing EVPs. Actually, I've done a couple here. I've done couple videos. Um, actually, I've done said this one time, but we have had the trailer we live in. The man that lived here put a gun in his mouth and shot and killed himself. And since we've been living here, I think 6, 7 years. I could be laying in here and side of my eye, I catch like a shadow. Um, Always hearing noises. Right here, I sit close to the wall to my window. I've had it bang like somebody was banging from outside. But I need to do another EVP session. I need to do another vlog. But the next haunted place here in North Carolina is called Paint Rock Hot Springs in North Carolina. It is a hot spring area. A lot of water's there. They say that you can hear a siren of a maiden, and it brings people in to drown. There's been a few drownings there. They're saying that the siren has drawn the people in there and got them all the way out there in the water, and they just drowned. I had never heard of Paint Rock. Tell you the truth, I don't know where that's at in North Carolina, but I'll have to do some more research to find out where that's at. All right, this is a very good one here. This is supposed to be a very haunted place. This is called Lydia's Bridge, and this is not that far away from me. Uh, Probably about 2.5 hours away. It's called Lydia's Bridge, and it's in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now, the legend goes a woman died during a car crash, and they say you see the spirit of the woman, and she tries to flag down cars coming by, tries to hitch a ride home, and when you stop, she disappears. And this has been said by a lot of people seeing the woman trying to flag cars down, but like I say, she just disappears. Mm, she's trying to get home, everybody. Now, what would be so funny while I'm doing this podcast, talking about paranormal, something would go on. I got it so quiet in here, I can hear anything that goes on. But of course, I got my headset on, so something would have to be awful loud before I could hear it. But I just want to thank everybody who's been listening to my podcast. Um, I just really appreciate it, Danny. I appreciate it. He said he watched my whole video, my whole podcast, which was 20 minutes. I thank you so much. I'm just trying to do some stuff to get some more view time because I am so close to being monetized. And I'm just so close to, I just can't believe I ain't got to 2,000 subscribers yet, but I'm getting there. But I'm sorry, I left my subject. Back to the paranormal. I just hope I don't get myself spooked. And this is the most famous one, y'all. Okay, when it comes to paranormal, there had Ghost Hunters has been there, Ghost Adventures has been there. My guy, the Oh My Gosh, that I watch on YouTube, he has been there. This is the USS North Carolina, which is a naval ship. It's in Wilmington, North Carolina. That is about 4.5 hours, 5 hour drive from where I live here. There's a lot of ghosts that's been reportedly seen on there, including a soldier who died in the washroom during a torpedo strike. That is the most famous, I mean, the most famous thing. You can look for the Ghost Adventure episode. They did a EVP in that section. The guy was in the washroom, and the torpedo hit the boat, and it killed him instantly. They say that's the hottest spot on that boat. Um, I mean, you could go and take a tour of that boat in Wilmington. They do tours, but like I say, that is the most famous, one of the probably the top famous one here in North Carolina, and one I did not know. I did not know this, and I'm only 45 minutes away from this. If the traffic wasn't so bad, I would definitely have to go see it. But I just don't like. I mean, you have to. I mean, it's $10. Some places are $10 just to park to get out and go in Charlotte. Okay, that's where this is next to that. Queen's University in Charlotte, which is a college. It says students report spooky door openings. They got door opening and sounds. They blame it on the spirit of a student who committed suicide. Wow. That is on, like I say, that's only about 45 minutes for me. It's the University of Charlotte, Queen's University. Wow. Oh, my heat kicked on. That got me, y'all. That got me. Spooky myself. But man, yeah, they've caught doors opening and different sounds. That is so fascinating. I'll tell you what though, they're working on getting a train, a transit train. If they can get it to Belmont, I will get on that train. I will go to Charlotte and get a vlog for y'all. I have to do it during the day because I will not go to Charlotte at night because, like I say, there's so many shootings in Charlotte. All right, another one which is real famous. Back in the 1718, Blackbeard the pirate lost his head in a fierce battle along the shoreline of the Ocracoke in the Outer Banks. This is Tex Hole, Ocracoke in North Carolina, which is at the coastline in the Outer Banks. They say you can uh, they say you can hear him reportedly searching for his head along the beach. Oh man, that would be so cool. I need to get to these places. I need to do this for y'all. I need to get these vlogs, but I don't know when because, like I say, that's a good drive. The Outer Banks is. The Charlotte one's close to me, but it's so dangerous, so much traffic. The next good paranormal is the Great Dismal Swamp. It's the northern border of North Carolina. They say you have strange lights. Ghostly mist has been reported on the 112,000-acre swamp along the Virginia border. Now that's up north from me. That's a pretty good drive. That's probably about a 6 hour drive, 6, 7 hour drive up toward the swamp above at the Virginia line. They say that's a real famous. A lot of lights. And I'll tell you, if it's not in this list, I haven't checked the whole list, but if it's not on this list, I will tell you one that's actually really close to me that I will definitely put on my list to do for 2020 uh, because it's a paranormal and it's real famous right here. I'll tell y'all about it if it's not on my list. And I did not know this. Y'all know I told you about the Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina. They're saying it's one of the haunted places to go to. They say you can hear whispers in the library. A headless cat. Wow, a headless cat. Can you believe that? And it says a faint echo splashing in the mansion's swimming pool are some of the ghostly activity reported there, which is the most one of the most famous landmarks in North Carolina. So you know that's legit because the Biltmore Estate has so many visitors go through there. You know people's gonna report stuff. Wow, that is very cool. And everybody knows a hospital is a place with a lot of deaths. There's a lot of famous hospitals in the United States that is really, really haunted. The one we got here in North Carolina is called the Old Davis Hospital, and it's in Statesville, North Carolina. They say you got the sounds of babies crying. What used to be the pediatric ward. I would love to get in there at nighttime and catch that. That would be awesome, y'all. You just don't know how much I love the paranormal. I'm just all in it because to me, if you got a heaven and you got a hell, you got to have it in between. Some people just don't go to the light. Some people die so tragic they just stay behind. That's just me though. I'm just everybody has different beliefs, and that's in Iredell County. That's not too far from me. Might have to go check that out. But I don't know if they let any people in it or not, because I will not trespass. I am not going to jail for no video. All right, the next one is the Devil's Tramping Ground. I've heard that ever since I was little, y'all. This is in Chatham County. It's outside of Greensboro. It's a 40-foot circle where nothing will grow. They say it's the Devil's Pacing Circle. The nothing can grow there. People's tried. Absolutely nothing to grow there. That's a pretty wicked, morbid place to go to. So, and it is on my list. What I was telling y'all about. This is absolutely what I'm gonna have to go get for y'all. The vlog I'm gonna have to get for y'all. This is called the Brown Mountain Lights in Linville, North Carolina. Now, y'all, this is not but up the road for me, about a 30-minute drive. It's not that far. This has been going on for years and since back in the 1800s. I just heard something popping in there, y'all. Man, see, I knew I'll get. See, I'm the only one here. My wife and daughter's going to a birthday party. All right, but the brown mountain lights are unexplained lights hovering over a mountain peak, and it's caused a long debate for years and years. I have never seen it, but I know people that has. You can go to the area, and they say you can see the lights like the old timers were like carrying lanterns. You can see the lights going up the mountain. This tale has been going on for generations. But I need to next spring. I will put that on my list to do. And we will go get that, y'all. I'll tell you what, we will go get the Brown Mountain Lights. Hopefully we can catch something. I will have to definitely go at nighttime and try not to get arrested. I don't know if there's anywhere I can go where I can just stand and record. But we will have to find that out, y'all. And another one is called the Grove Park Inn in Asheville. This is the last one on the list. It says the spirit of a woman who fell to her death in a hotel's atrium in the 1920s said that she has never checked out. They have heard her voices. Man, I would love to go see that. Asheville is a couple hour drive from me. That's up in the mountains. I would love to go see that. But like I say, I love the paranormal. Absolutely love it. I watch Ghost Adventures every week. The new Ghost Nation, Ghost Hunters. Um, right now they're at the Twin Bridges Orphanage on this episode, and it's a very haunted place. A lot of sounds of kids and stuff. But y'all, this is a podcast. I want y'all to respond. If you live in a haunted place, if you know some haunted stories that you've seen or heard, leave it in the comment. I will absolutely love to hear it. And if somebody from North Carolina is listening to this podcast or hear this podcast, if you knew something that's not on this list, let me know, especially if it's close to me here in Shelby, North Carolina, because I would love to check it out. We used to have a real good one uptown, but the building got knocked down, so it's no longer there. So, I mean, there's no use of even trying to do it. But yes, please leave your comments. If you have any questions, please leave your questions. I will, if I get enough questions, I can do answer the questions on a podcast. I want to thank you so much to anybody who has listened to this podcast. And if you watch this whole podcast, you are my A+ watcher. Let me know that you watched it all. I will, after a few podcasts, the people who said if they watched all my podcasts, I'm going to give y'all a shout out. And see, you would have to watch my whole video to be able to hear this because I'm at almost 16 minutes. But if you watch this whole podcast and listen to my podcast, let me know because after about 3 or 4 podcasts, I'm going to give everyone a shout out who watches my whole podcast. But I thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this session of the Paranormal Podcast. But me, the Carolina man from Shelby, North Carolina, I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast. And please, please, if you have stuff that you want me to do a podcast on, if there's kind of a subject you want me to talk about, please let me know because I'm going to be doing all kinds of podcasts. But for me, from Shelby, North Carolina, the Carolina man, come back and hear me again, and we'll catch you later.
Out in the field